Hello everyone, I am Plankara, and today we're going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere in Inochi2D. Though I'd still just been going through hair meshes, we're maybe halfway through them. And I noticed this morning that her belt isn't showing, so I need to fix that. Just need to fix this draw order here. Try to find what number works. I don't like to make that number too big. Okay. Alright. Because, yeah, if I make the number too big, there might be shenanigans later, so we'll just do that for now. And I also realized that I didn't do all my clipping masks in the clothes, but I think I might handle that one then. I think I might handle that later. For now, let's just go back to meshing out the hair. The joy of hair is that sometimes the areas need to be really detailed and really thorough, and then other times you just get tiny strands like this that, you know, take 30 seconds to go through. So it's always hard to know exactly how long it'll take to get it all. But I think I've gone through the ones that require the most detailed meshes already. So at this point it's just a matter of finishing up. This is one thing where when I've watched some other people work in programs like this, mostly Live2D because there aren't too many people that I've seen that stream Inochi2D yet. But when they do it, they typically do like a lot of this other prep work off stream. So I'm kind of happy to be here to show you every step that goes into making some of these things. Not hiding any of it. I don't really blame them for wanting to do parts of it off stream just because, I mean, you can see it is pretty time consuming. And not always super interesting, so for the sake of their stream, I don't really blame these people for wanting to get to the more entertaining parts quicker. But I do think that something is lost when some of these steps are skipped. Because this is something that, you know, if you want to make something like this, you gotta do it. Like, the art mesh is very important. So, I am happy to show the entire process from beginning to end. Or anybody curious about what goes into making some of these things. You know, even if you don't intend to do any rigging yourself and are just curious about how they're made, then, well, here you go. I'm happy to show you the whole thing, beginning to end. I never do anything off stream, because I want the entire process to be here, where it can be watched forever. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I needed to separate all these tiny little strands, but I did, so now I guess I have to mesh them. But it should, in theory, make for some nice physics later when I can just have it sway around in nice ways. Alas, hair physics will not be coming for a while. I keep talking about them because I can't stop thinking about it because, I don't know, hair physics, skirt physics. Oh, I think the physics on her sleeve are going to be a blast too. All those things are just so much fun, so I can't stop thinking about it. Just keeps coming up in my mind. I think it's what's keeping me sane while I mesh all this, and I get the feeling that it's going to be true when I start meshing out the other parts, like in her clothes and stuff. So let me see, what was my final layer count? Oh, checking Krita real quick. 362. So there's 362 layers I need to mesh here at some point. I do think that I will just mesh all the head parts for now, then do a little bit of head movement, and then I'll do the body. It might be a case where I do a little bit of meshing at the beginning of the stream, and then do a little bit of animating. Just to keep things interesting for me. But I can't really get around needing to do a bunch of meshing right at the beginning. While I mesh off enough to actually be able to rig the head. It's like I could probably just do some eye blinks and stuff if I went ahead and just did the eyes, but nah, I just want to do the whole thing. The hair's gonna be the worst of it anyway. It just is. Anime characters have so much hair. But since I'm more than halfway through, I should be able to finish the hair today and get started on some other stuff. Probably just go top to bottom. Sometimes I just like to do things in order. It removes another decision I have to make. And just lets me focus on what needs to be done. Just makes it so I don't have to think about, I don't know, which one do I feel like doing right now. If something jumps out at me, I'll go for it. But, otherwise, not an issue. And sometimes it can be nice just not to have to think about it. Focus on more important things. There are only so many decisions that a person can make in a day. So sometimes it just makes sense to remove the ones that are unimportant and have them already made. I think that's why, you know, you hear of a lot of rich people just wear the same thing every day in order to eliminate a decision and the brain power that goes into that, so this way they can focus on other things. There we go. Alright, getting into another fairly large one here. Let's see. There's a slight line on the edge here, so I kind of want to make sure that the edges here are going to be good. It's a little hard to see this line on the gray of the background, but it's there. And then I kind of want to follow the lines inside here. And down here. Kind of spacing them out so this way there's like dot gap, and then there's a dot between the gaps on the other side. That tends to make for some nice triangles in the mesh. Okay. That should be good. Now I can start really getting in there and filling in the rest. And yeah, I want to preserve the edges a little bit here. I'll just get another layer here around this line. Another layer of triangles. Let's see here. Just trying to spread them out nicely. This way they make nice little triangles. that I'll be able to use to move things around nicely. There we go. And then another layer right in here. These big areas, I am just trying to do my best to keep them reasonably detailed. So this way, I will have lots of control over where each of these strands go. Ultimately, the details of the art mesh will determine how easy it is to move things. This is where my other styles are, I think, would be a lot easier to animate than some of this, but I wanted to work with this art, so here we are. Making something a little bit harder. That's okay. I can handle it. No reason to be afraid. Alright, I think I will start going around the edge now. Probably will put a little bit more around this last line here, but first, I want to get around the edge here. Go all the way around. There we go. That should be good. And I'll try to line up the triangles around here. I think it's fine. I don't think I need stuff in the middle all the way down there. Up here, I think I will follow this line a little bit. And honestly, I think that that should be fine for over there. Now let's get all the stuff I need on the outside. After all, I do have to enclose all of the pixels in the mesh. So if I don't, then there will just be gaping holes. Like the parts not inside the mesh just don't get drawn. So there would just be transparent pixels where non-transparent pixels should be. Now you gotta make sure to get the whole thing. I think I can move this one up a little. That should be fine. And I can tell that I'm gonna have to go in and clean up some of these lines and stuff afterwards, because some of them aren't going through the way I want, but I do find using the auto triangulator easier than trying to triangulate 100% of this myself, so it's easier just to use this and then go back and clean up the parts that didn't quite go the way I want them to. This is where using the computer's ideas is definitely useful. But it's no replacement for a human brain. Not yet, at least. Maybe someday computers and artificial intelligence will be able to get there, but we're not there yet. Let's see, is that... Okay, good. I had a little bit of a hard time seeing that line there, but it is there. And that is where I want it. So I'm just going to go all the way around and just make sure that all the triangles are going the right way. Yeah, you can see this one's not. This one wasn't following path here. And this is just a mess, but I don't think I can do that any better. I'm not actually sure why I did it like that, but that's fine, I guess. And I'm just going through here and just following the lines, making sure they're all going the right way, and I think that's good. Now you just straighten out some of these triangles, like this one got pretty bent. I want them to be nice little isosceles triangles if you can manage it. As much as possible. Keep them nice and pretty. And stable. It'll make the art move underneath it better. And then I'll try to get some of the ones on the inside too. Just try to make those triangles a nice little size. Oh, this one's actually going the wrong way. Well, I guess it's good that I decided to adjust the triangles then. Otherwise I wouldn't have noticed that. Yeah, there's a couple that aren't going the right way. That one's supposed to be going this way. I think this is supposed to be going this way. Yeah. More like that. Well, this is also why it's useful to go and adjust your triangles when you're paying attention to them. Sometimes, you'll notice things. Sometimes these things just need a little bit of attention. I was gonna say, I thought that there were more that weren't quite going the right way, but... yeah, a lot of these weren't quite going the right way. There we go. That should do it. Fortunately, most of these strands are quite small. I remember when I was working on them initially, that most of them were pretty small. So a couple of them will take a while, but I think most of them are going to be pretty quick. Just a lot of little things that I have to do here. I do think I will. This part is thick enough that I kind of want to send another line through here. Join up like right there. There we go. So this will just be a standard 3-row with a little extra right there. Nothing too difficult. There's a lot of similar patterns with meshes that I have found worked pretty well, and this is one of them. I really like this kind with hair. Nice and easy to make, and lets the hair move very nicely. It looks like I'm just gonna trying to figure out exactly how this one should go. It's kind of like I'm on the fence on whether or not there should be two. So this is a bit strange. But at the same time, I'm not sure if this is enough here. I guess it probably is. Yeah, I think that's actually okay. And just a little bit of cleanup. And let me check to make sure everything's kind of going through the way it should. Go over here, I kind of want it to be more like this, but it doesn't really make sense to be like that. I think this should be okay. Nice easy one after one that had a couple of shenanigans. No shenanigans in strands like this. This is just, you put 2 rows of dots on it and it's good. Doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. Yep, that should be just fine. This is why I said that some of the strands get really complicated, but a lot of them are just super simple. Split off right here. You can see I'm aligning the dots and the triangle patterns again. Kinda preemptively getting everything to go that way. And then just something like that. Now I can worry about how the edges are gonna go. Probably want to start triangulating now. So at this point I kind of want to see where all the triangles are gonna be. When I decide to turn on the triangles is pretty random, but it's whenever I think that they'll be the most helpful. I can already tell I'm gonna have to be fixing a lot of things, so I'm not worried about the lines not quite going the way I want. There we go, yeah, that should be good. And I can just start sending them around the outside, and that'll be good too. Probably gonna need to take some time to adjust the triangles on this one. They're getting a wee bit messy. That's okay. I sometimes I find it easier just to not worry about it at the beginning and just organize them nicely at the end. So this way, it's like your brain can only make so many decisions at once. And if you're just getting overwhelmed with the number of decisions you have to make along every step of the way, it's not actually going to go any faster than if you just make a couple of decisions now. And then make more decisions later. I know that there's a lot of little areas I'm going to have to fix. It's okay. We're ready for it. Because I want to have the nice ridge going around the edge here. Not have it be broken up by these triangles going the other direction. I want them all going this way. That one I had to pull a little bit of a shenanigan with, but nothing too bad. This is all fine. Looks a bit weird, but it's actually fine. Let's see. think this one should go that way. This one should go that way. Yes, that seems better. And I'm still finding it very difficult to see these lines. I do wish I could change their color. Like I've said that every stream I've been working on the white parts of her hair. It is just a little bit hard to see them. There we go. We'll go up and around. Yep, that's a line. This one needs to be fixed, I think. Because, yeah, this is where two areas converge. So it makes sense. I got a little confused there. And yeah, that's already going through there. That's right. Okay. Now I can go back and follow the edge again. Okay. Then it's just figuring out what I want to do with all this. This is probably going up this way. I think I want this to follow this line, so this should be like this, and this should be like this. This should be like this. A lot of them got a little bit kinda messed up. Bit unfortunate, but as long as I catch it, I can fix it. And then it's just a matter of adjusting the triangles and getting them straight. Oh yeah. Meshing is unfortunately not the most exciting thing. A very necessary thing, but not the most exciting thing. At least now I got a nice easy one after that last one, which is a little bit more complicated. Not exactly difficult, but definitely a little bit more complicated. And then hopefully all of these are just fine for my future self. We'll see how she does once things start moving. A little funny curly tip on this one. Shoot. I hate it when I do that. Clicked the auto mesh instead of the drop down here. Sometimes I'm amazed I can draw it all with how clumsy my hands like to be. They really do have a mind of their own. Well, I guess that just means I have to do it again. Fortunately, it wasn't a hard one, so... I would have been so sad if I did that in one of the more complicated ones. Lost all the work. That would have been pretty unfortunate. But here, it's not really that big a deal. Yeah, and these next couple are all just going to be little strands, so that'll go pretty quickly. We're getting there. Almost through the hair. And then I just have the rest of the face to do. But, I've already done the head, which is definitely one of the more fine and complicated meshes that you have to do, so the eyes will probably be the last kind of hard part. But fortunately, because I made the eyes completely symmetrical, I only have to mesh one eye, and then I can just mirror it to the other side. This is exactly why I would put a little bit of extra work into getting everything symmetrical when I was cutting out the art. Because when you do that, you save yourself some effort when it comes time to rig. And I personally find meshing way more annoying than drawing. This one looks to me like 3 rows of dots that split at the end. I'm kind of going down the 2 directions. Just follow them all the way down. I'm kind of paying attention to where I think the vertices in the other directions will go. Something like that. I am surprisingly hungry today. That doesn't normally happen. I'm not sure why. And I can tell that my allergies are acting up particularly bad this morning. I'm actually feeling a little congested. That hasn't happened. Well, not like this in quite a while, so surprised I haven't been sneezing more. My head kind of feels like it wants to sneeze, but no sneeze is coming. You ever have that feeling where you can kind of tell that there's that weird feeling in your head? And it's not quite like the half sneeze, but it kind of feels like your body wants to sneeze, but just isn't winding up for it for some reason. Like, not the one where it starts winding up but then stops, but where it feels like it's trying to wind up for one, but it's just not coming, so your head just feels kind of funny. That's what I've got right now. Fortunately, meshing like this requires minimal brain. Like, I definitely have to make a fair amount of decisions and where everything goes, but this is going up here, right? I can't tell. I cannot see if there's a line there. I think there's one? Yeah, I think I see it. Okay. Good, because there needs to be one there. But fortunately, if the mesh breaks, I can fix it when I notice the problem, but it's just nice when I can get everything working the way I want. Right here, right now. just need a moment to make sure the triangles look nice. Very important step. That's why I avoid skipping it. I don't really want them to be crooked or skewed like this, so it's good to just get them all in the right position. And it can be surprisingly difficult to find the right position while I'm dealing with the placement of vertices and all this other stuff. Oh, I just like to do it at the end. That should be good. Now we get another little guy. Just a tiny little one. Seems to kind of alternate that way. I guess that's how I structured the file. So it makes sense. Since I do tend to want these just tiny little strands underneath the bigger ones. That should be fine. Alright, I think this one is probably gonna involve 4 rows of dots, just where I go around the edge. And then do the same thing on the outside. I don't think it needs anything particularly detailed on the inside, maybe just the occasional little dot, but otherwise this is fine. I was thinking about it before I got started, because admittedly all this meshing is making me zone out a little bit. I might have tried the auto mesh again. But it's okay. I've already gotten started. Maybe I can do the auto mesh on the next one. At this point, I'm just going to start triangulating so that I can connect them nicely. I didn't really get these very close to the edge, did I? I should fix that. And yeah, it doesn't look like this really needs anything in the middle. Man, there's a bit of a mess here. There we go. Let's see, missing one here? Yeah. And see, whenever you get that little pattern where there's like an extra line going through the middle, that's a sign that, yeah, like right here, you can see it has the extra line going there. But there's a missing something. Missing one or an extra one. That you just need to pay a little bit more attention there, because that kind of structure, if you're not careful, you'll have a bit of a bad time with it. And now I just go all the way around. And it'll all be good. I don't think I need anything super detailed in the middle. Like, there's definitely shading here, but I think this is okay. We'll see if my future self agrees. But I'm not too concerned about having to remesh hair. It's like it's all important. Because hair physics are so much fun and kind of an iconic part of VTubing in my opinion. I definitely want to make sure to get it right, but At this point, I'm kind of guessing on exactly what I need. In future me will know exactly what each of these things need. Something just is not deforming properly. There we go. And yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. The triangles are actually pretty straight. I'll still do a check at the end, of course, but... I'm pretty happy with how a lot of them look. And just removing all these weird dead triangles because they bother me. Still don't know if they are actually a problem, but they do definitely bother me, so I just like to take a few minutes to clear them out. Like, for as long as I'll be looking at this, it's worth spending a little bit of extra time just to get rid of all the things that'll bother me. And I'm just gonna go around the edge, make sure it's all straight. I think this is actually supposed to go like that, yeah. Make sure it goes all the way around, and then I can just adjust the triangles as always. Don't really want all these to be skewed like this. Okay, so we're getting there. Ah, man, my nose is starting to run a little. Always makes it a little hard to think straight. When you got some allergy stuff going on, I always wish I knew why everything was so bad in the morning. It's so strange, because I don't feel this at all in the afternoon. But at this time of day, it figures that it would just suddenly show up at the time that I start streaming. Like, man, what do you got against my stream nature? What did I do to you? I think I might just be complaining that I haven't tended to the backyard in a while. Although you'd think just letting the plants grow wildly would make them happy, but... Or maybe they're just too happy. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to make the plants a little sad. Who knows? With as much time as I spend inside, I definitely do not pay that much attention to my backyard. Definitely not an outdoors person. Not in the slightest. Look, that's why I like space. It's like everything's dead out in space. It's wonderful. Don't have to worry about spiders out in space either. Not that we know of, anyway. Oh, wouldn't that be something? Just sudden space spiders. As if cosmic horror wasn't scary enough. The giant spiders out there, too. Right, we get another easy one. I guess on the bright side, even though the plants are kind of bothering me today, haven't seen any spiders. Oh, that's nice. Spiders are leaving me alone today. It's always amusing to me because it's like I get my husband to deal with spiders for me. And he always uses a book or something to do it, and lately it's just been the book that's been sitting on his desk that he finished was The Wheel of Time, so The Wheel of Time is now officially our spider smashing book. And we have jokes around that. I've never read it myself, but nonetheless, it amuses me. I tend to be pretty easily amused by a lot of things. That's probably why I can handle long, tedious sessions of meshing things like this and other more tedious parts of art and that kind of thing. There are parts that do make me go slightly insane. This is one of them. I remember when I was drawing the fur on Manticore on stream, I was definitely going slightly insane there too. And it's like, I just start going through in my mind. It either just wanders or goes completely blank. There's like no space in between. I'm either just like the epitome of pure zen, or I'm just internally screaming. Most of the time that screaming stays internal, but I definitely try to keep it internal on stream. A little bit of external screaming probably wouldn't mesh real well with the piano music, now would it? But it's okay. I can keep my screaming to myself. I was debating on whether or not I wanted this little section to be 3 or 4 rows, and I ended up going with 4. I don't think I have to worry about the internal parts of it too much. So, I think I'll just do 4. With maybe a little bit in the center in some areas. Keep meaning to try the auto mesh again, but I keep forgetting. Because, like I said, it's either pure insanity or pure zen. And I think I'm leaning more toward the pure zen right now. So my brain is just off. And I'm just going on pure instinct here. I don't even know how I'm talking at the same time. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. That's the type of state I'm in right now. Yeah, I think I'll put a couple more right around. No, I think I'll put them directly on it, actually. Like this. Yeah. And just a couple following these lines up. Yeah, that should be good. It's like I do joke about this being a little bit maddening. It is definitely a little bit maddening, but I don't know. There's just a certain amount of joy in just making stuff. And it's the kind of thing that I kind of hope to share with everyone. Just hope people can come see some of this stuff and have it make them happy too. Satisfy their curiosity, encourage them to make their own stuff, maybe. That sounds pretty nice. It'd make all the madness worth it. So for anyone listening, have you done any creative work recently? Just anything. Doesn't have to be visual art or rigging like I'm doing. Just, you know, whatever it is you like to do. I'm reminded of... no, I think I need a... There we go. Another triangle here. There we go. I just missed one. But I hadn't really started cleaning, so this was a reasonable time. But yeah, like I was saying, I remember this experiment of the mouse utopia, where some scientists took some mice and gave them everything they needed to survive. Sufficient shelter, bedding, food. They didn't have to worry about anything. And for a while it was great, and they multiplied. And then that started getting crowded, and all the mice started going kind of insane. Like, just getting kind of depressed. Some of them, like, even eating their own young. And just various things, and lost all their sex drive and various things like that. I think it's very relatable to some things that we're seeing in the world too. But the thing that was able to kind of keep them sane and save them was a degree of creativity. I didn't actually look up or get a lot of the details of what mouse creativity entails, but I can certainly relate to creativity keeping you sane, even while it makes you a little bit insane. So, I don't know. If you're feeling like those mice at all, try making something. It'll make you feel better. Making something, caring for something. Use your brain. It's a shame to waste it. It's like your brain doesn't have to go to be used to find food or water, all these things that we need to survive, so it can just do so many more things now. Why not use it to make something cool? It's like, go do it and show it to me. I want to see it. I want to see all the cool things that people make. It's like, I can look at human civilization. Human civilization. Look at all the houses that are on this here, some of our bridges, the really big ones, the cool ones, and all these decorative buildings that we're making now. There's so much cool stuff out there. The world can be pretty hard, but you know, there's also a lot of cool stuff in it. It's so exciting. I do look forward to seeing what humanity can build in the next even 10 years. Like, I just kind of look at how wild science can be. Even, like, you don't even have to get into the weird disconnect between quantum physics and general relativity to get into some neat stuff here. My husband and I have been playing Factorio, and we just recently went out and got a bunch of oil for stuff. And it is still just so wild to me that we were able to figure out how to use crude oil, and are able to figure out, you know, cracking and all of this other stuff that we have to do to process it. And I'm just like, who thought of this? Like, how did we figure any of this out? And it's just kind of incredible to me that we're able to go see these things and see some of the problems in the world and find solutions to them. It's like, even the really hard ones, it's like someone had to think of it. Someone somewhere. Like, for some of that stuff, I don't think I ever could. I don't have the right kind of knowledge for it, but like, someone did. I can only imagine the amount of creativity it took to figure out how to break chemical bonds in, like, the liquefied remains of various creatures that once lived. And then put them into a chassis on wheels and have it go. Like, that's pretty wild. Can only imagine the amount of thought and creativity it took into that. I mean, Factorio has given me so much more appreciation for supply lines and everything that must go into them. So that's pretty interesting too. But yes, I do consider that kind of chemistry to be creativity too. It's the amount of thinking outside the box that it must have taken to get to some of these places. And just the fact that we can know that you know, a Renaissance man no longer exists. Learning everything that humanity knows would just take too long at this point. No human could do it all in their lifetime. Not even the smartest ones that learn the fastest. There's just too much of it now. And that's pretty cool, I think. I think that's really cool. Oh hey, that was the last one. Awesome. Okay, so now I actually have to figure out where... Okay, which layers these can correspond to. Which might take a little bit. Okay, so here. No, I didn't want that. I wanted So this is hair behind middle left. Hair behind middle left. Here we are. We copy the mesh. Move it into place. I'm just going to keep it like this, even though it looks a little ridiculous, just so I can properly copy and paste the movement. Hair thin. Shoulder clump strand. Strand middle. So probably this one. Yep. It is exactly that one. Thin shoulder clump strand. Huh. Oh no, I called them the same thing when I shouldn't have. Man, you'd think with all that checking that I did that I wouldn't have forgotten to rename one when I should. Okay, well this is awkward. Let's see if I can find it. That's that one. There's that one. Okay. That's the bottom one. There we go. This is what I meant when I said, while I was going through and doing all those detailed checks, that I would be suffering if I didn't name things right, and here I am. Here, then, shoulder clump. There we go. One of these I know is the combination of two. So I didn't feel the need to separate them. But I do want to try to keep as much of this copy and pastable as possible. Okay. So let's see. Thick shoulder clump. Hair. Thin strand. Thick shoulder clump. Thin strand. Here we are. Oh, nope, not that one. And do I have... I have two with... Wow. How the heck did I manage that? Yeah, it does appear like I have two sets with the same name, which is deeply unfortunate. Hopefully that won't get too confusing. Clump thick. No, that's a strand. This one? No. Claw. Maybe this one? Yeah. So this would go here. I see. So this is going to be a combination of several. It's probably easier for me to just mesh it myself. Well, that's certainly a mesh. Let's not use the auto mesh. We'll just do 4 rows. But I think this is the last thing I have to mesh for the hair. And I can finally move on to other parts of the head. Oh, that's lovely. It's nice to be done. I say, while I still work on it, because my brain lives an hour in the future. And I'm constantly thinking 7 steps ahead. Let's see, it's getting a little bit late, but I think I've got some more life in me, so I think I'll start doing some smaller things. I don't think I want to jump into the eyes today, but I think I can do the nose and mouth. That sounds good. Like, the hair is going to be the hardest part. And so, now that that's done, everything else should come pretty quickly. Come on. That's not cooperating with me. Very rude. Oh, this is one solid color, so I'm not gonna have to worry about anything in the middle. Which will make this very easy to mesh. I just gotta worry about the edge. I'm still keeping it pretty fine because it's it's associated with the hair, which I want to be able to move a lot. And I don't want this to be stiff when the rest of it is very flowy, so just kinda gotta deal with it. You just gotta go. Can't slack off. It's too bad. Sometimes I like to slack off a little. Like, I'm a computer person. People are somewhat lazy. Naturally, just because, I mean, half the point of becoming a computer person is because you want to get the computers to do things for you. Like, why else would you learn programming? You want to learn programming so you can be lazy and get the computer to do it. It's okay. I do think half of this stuff is just learning where you can be a little bit lazy and learning where the hard work should be directed. Because it's like if you just throw everything 110%, you're gonna burn out. People that say that you should give 110% to everything, I think they're a bit crazy. You can't give more than you have all the time. You start building up debt. And that debt's gonna have to be paid off someday. Man. I added so many tiny little dots. Like, every time I get started here, I'm just like, oh yes, this seems like a great idea. And then I have to finish it, and I'm like, Mia 5 minutes ago, why did you do this to me? It's okay, Mia 5 minutes ago, I forgive you. I would have made the same decision. Just because it's worth it to make hair look really good. Like I said, hair physics is like Rigger's bread and butter. It's like the first thing you do just because it's so much fun. Just watching all this stuff floof around and... very satisfying. It's very satisfying. Almost all the way around. Thinking through all this did take a little bit longer than I thought, but I think I still have a little bit of life in me. Allergies are slightly getting to me though, so I may not go for as long as I have been today. Although, geez, it's late, so who knows, maybe I will. I'm always caught between I want to keep working on stuff and I kind of want to eat. And flop. And maybe work on some other creative projects that I work on off stream. Like, choices are hard. It's also interesting. I wish I didn't have to sleep. I have more time to do everything. Instead, no, I have to waste a third of my life being unconscious. Very sad. Hey, look, scientists. Try to figure out why we do that, so this way we can stop. Give me, like, sleep in a pill. Let me be more productive. What the heck is going on here? Oh, I see what happened. Well, I was trying to get rid of, line connecting those two. I got rid of the line connecting those two. You know, the one that I actually wanted to keep, because it's important. Well, that's incredibly silly. Alright, let's straighten out these triangles. Triangles are just a little bit skewed, but they're not too bad. With it just being a solid color. I'm honestly not too worried with them being as super straight. Like I normally would, but I think I want them a little bit nicer than this. I want them to be flopping all over the place. This is probably good. Okay! Got the hair! Hooray! Oh, I should do the back hair too. Okay, I think the back hair might be the last thing I do today. Because this is gonna be a thing. Mesh hair probably doesn't need to be as fine just because you don't really see it. Actually, I'm curious. Okay, Automesh, what you got for me? Could be worse. But still not quite what I like. I don't like having the ones like right on the edge there. I find that it makes it really hard to move things. So it's okay. I'll just do it all myself. Computer not quite smart enough to do it for me. I will look forward to auto mesh improvements in the future. But for now, I don't mind meshing it on my lonesome. Without the computer's input. Don't worry, little computer, I'll tell you exactly what to do. Stick that in the corner and then adjust accordingly. Just going along the outer edge first, for the time being. Because I don't want to think about the middle. The middle scares me. I'll think about the edge and use what I'm doing on the edge to kind of help me figure out what I want to do in the middle. But yes, with this, I will soon be freed from hair hell. At least up until I do head turns. And then we'll be returning to hair hell in a brand new form. You're never free from the hair. Not when you're doing stuff with anime. The hair is just so ultra floofy. There's so much of it. And it'll just haunt you forever. Okay, so there's the edge. How the heck do I want to do the rest of this? I guess I'll just start putting stuff up the sides. Down the most prominent parts of the shadows and lines and stuff. So like this one's pretty important, clearly. And then I'll just follow the line all the way up because I can. Even if it's not necessarily that important too. I just think it makes the mesh look a little nicer, and I don't know, it makes me happy. That's good enough. Let's see here. Yeah, that's probably fine all down there. I'll just send this guy all the way up. Alright. Just a few more lines to go up here. I'm trying to keep the triangles somewhat nice, but it's a bit hard when there's a lot of really detailed stuff in the middle here. That should be fine. Let's see. I'll put it on either side, so let's just go up the inside here for now. Then I'll put another layer on the outside, so this way I can move that the way I want. Not super sure how important all this is going to be, because I do think most of this will be covered up by her head, which is why I'm keeping all the points fairly large. I'm not trying to overly concern myself with it all. But this way, if I want to move it, I'll be able to. Just going all the way up. There we go. Trying to keep my sanity. I've already established from earlier that that's very hard. And I'm gonna have to go back and fix all of this, I can already tell. deeply unfortunate. Not much I can do about it. Alright, I think I got most of the metal done. I don't think I'm gonna... Well, maybe I should do a little bit more around here. I do have to go around the outside of all this, though. Maybe something like this. Just go all the way up. And I don't think I'm gonna worry about those. Maybe one more just over here. For this. There we go. What a mess. But I think it's following the shapes as I need them to. And it's starting to cramp up from all the double clicking. Man, yeah, it really is. Normally I don't get it this bad. Man, why the heck did I make it so fine at the bottom here? I guess I was just following all the color differences. Yeah, makes sense, I guess. I wish I didn't, but, well, me of 5 minutes ago probably was barely aware of what she was doing, so I forgive her. Guess I probably just zoned out a bit. I don't remember what I was talking about, but... it's pretty normal for me to zone out a little bit while I'm doing this. I just forget about what's going on around me. And all I can see is a sea of dots and yellow lines. Staring me down, haunting my dreams. They'll never let me go. I'll see them forever. Okay. It's okay, this is the last bit of hair, then I'll be free. Or at least a little while. But I know the hair hell will return. It always does. Comes back when I least expect it. And then I just have to spend hours staring at hair. I think I might be slightly traumatized. Lots of little spots that are hard to see. Sometimes I can only tell because it looks like the line is a little bit thicker. I kinda got good at spotting them after doing this for long enough. Oh no, that wasn't one. I guess it's probably just there. Yeah, that makes more sense. That's okay. Once you kind of start figuring out the algorithm that the computer uses, you start being able to understand where the problems are going to be. Alright. Still can barely see on this white. Just going all the way around and making sure it's following the right areas. Make sure there's nothing like this where it just kind of go in the wrong way. Horizontally instead of vertically, like, yeah, right here. This is questionable. But it seems more correct than what I currently have, so I guess I'll roll with it. And just following the lines all the way up. All the way up. Making sure they're nice and straight. Going to where they need to go. To do their thing. I can only hope that they're happy with their new direction. Alright, let's straighten out the triangles. Then I'm gonna go eat food. I don't really have anything special for breakfast, just... well, I'm not sure if I can call this breakfast. At this point, I've already been up for, what? 6 or 7 hours? Yeah. But, I just have a pretty basic TV dinner, but they were yummy. That works out. Because I can't cook, I have an irrational fear of the stove. Maybe someday I'll get over it, but that day is not today. And that day has not been today for probably over a decade, so... Whatever, I can use a microwave, it's good enough. It's good enough, I can feed myself, so... that's what matters in the end, right? Oh, I missed one. There we go. Now it's gone. To the depths of oblivion like it should be. Okay. The insides all seems okay. Very chaotic, but... alright. I think that's where I will stop for today. So, thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, game design, coding, you know, any creative pursuit you can think of, feel free to message or at me on Twitter or Instagram and I'll take a look and maybe leave some comments. So, I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.